Do you want the name?
Right.
Do you want the name of the company?
Yeah?
It's STIRLING Park.
Sterling Park.
Yeah.
And what is that company?
It's a sheriff officer and debt collection services, but they're not sheriff officers. They just use that to try and intimidate and scare people. So that's what
Sheriff officers and debt collectors, right?
Yeah, they're committing fraud.
Right, because it definitely does say on the system that for any it would be a court
A court order for them to obtain an arrestment. Right. Well, I'll tell you exactly what the letter says. As you may be aware, a bank arrestment was recently instructed against you. Now, I had phoned them to get a bit of information, and they had said to me they had contacted. There had been an application to Lloyd's TSB for an arrestment of my account, and they said this was on the, I think it was the 24th, around about the 20-something of August. They said that they had applied to the bank, and the bank had replied to them saying that they were unsuccessful, that they couldn't, carry out the request.
Right, that will be.
Well, that's what I said to them. They would need to have a court order to do that. I said I will phone my bank and I will check this with my bank, because they need, in my knowledge, they need a court order, and it can only be a court who can apply an arrestment of your account.
Well, it says here, I'm just reading up about sort of third-party debt orders,
yes,
which this sounds like, and it's...
This company are claiming that they don't need a court order, that they've already done this. This is why I'm phoning, a call TSB.
Yeah, well, it definitely...
Get anything on your system.
There's nothing on our system, so what that'll mean is that, obviously, whatever they've sent through, because what it says here is, a third-party debt order is usually made to stop or prevent an individual having access to their money or taking out of their bank account, while the court makes a decision about whether or not the money held should be paid to the claimant. So they need to go through a court, and that'll be why it's been knocked back.
Yeah, they said they're going to apply again for it. And
right.
I told them that'll be fraud. But one of your colleagues I spoke to before yourself, I was trying to explain, she wasn't really, knowledgeable on this kind of subject, and I explained to the bank would also, if the bank were to accept this without informing me, they would also be taking part in an act of fraud. Because even if this was applied for, which it can't be because it needs to be from a court. So if the bank were to do anything out with a court, then you would be committing fraud as well.
Yeah, and that'll be why we'll have refused that, because it wasn't done through a court.
So there is a possibility that they may actually have applied for it then to Lloyd's, because I don't even think that's what I'm trying to say. I don't even think they could even apply. They could even do it, which would be major fraud.
They couldn't get into the. Obviously, them applying could have. Yeah, but literally been them sending something in.
Yeah, just to you directly.
Yeah, but that would have been. We wouldn't have been able.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't have been able to act on it because. So, what are you wanting to find out if something has actually been sent by them?
Yeah, just basically the nature of my phone call was just to find out if you had anything on your system, because then
there's nothing on. Yeah, there's nothing on the system. The only other place that it could be, but again, if it was, there probably would be a note on our system, was if they'd sent something into branch, because the branch do sometimes deal with it. But like I say, if that was the case, again, there would be a note on our system. I mean, I'm really sorry, I can't give you more information.
It's not from a court.
Exactly.